Hello everyone, my name is Delaney and today I'm going to be showing you how to train your dog to sit, to lie down, and I'm going to be showing you the body language of dogs. And this is important because dogs need to be able to talk to you and we can't understand them. They don't speak English, so if we know what our dog is showing us by their body language, then that'll make the training so much more successful. I do want to point out that I am not a certified professional dog trainer. The information that I'm going to be giving you today is based off of 2 years of working at an animal shelter and learning from a certified professional dog trainer that works here. So you might ask yourself, why is it important to train my dog? Well, there are many reasons why it's such a great idea to train your dog. First and foremost, it is special one-on-one time that you get to spend with your dog, so you get to create a bond and a more respectful relationship. And 2, dogs love to learn. They love to keep their minds busy, they love learning more. It's really like enrichment to them. So the more they get to learn, the more of a happy dog they'll be. And 3, your house will be more peaceful and more put together with a well-behaved dog. And it's always just fun to show off to your friends like, look how smart my dog is, this is what I trained him. It is a lot of self-accomplishment when you have trained your dog. I did want to point out that this training is solely based on fun, positive reinforcement. We never want to force our dogs to do anything that they don't want to do. The training should always be fun between yourself and your dog, so there should be no hitting, yelling, pushing, shock collars or prong collars, because that can be detrimental to your dog and yourself and your relationship and what you have. You never want your dog to behave out of fear, because then your dog will never trust you and it'll only be doing the things you want it to do because it is afraid of either getting pushed or hit or yelled at or shocked. So everything in this video is fun, and I really want to point out that we don't want to push our dogs too far. If you notice that your dog is not liking the training, you can always just try it another day, or maybe wait another few hours and maybe warm up your dog a little bit more with some treats. So when you are training your dog, it's important to have the proper environment. It should be in the comfort of your own home where your dog is already comfortable. It should be during a quiet time in your house if you have that. Try not to do it when you might think someone might be mowing or using a leaf blower or anything like that. Just make sure there's some calmness to your house. And also make sure that maybe the window shades are down so your dog isn't distracted by what's going on outside. And this training can vary depending on what kind of dog you have, their personality, how they like to learn. So I don't want to give a specific training time, because it just depends on how your dog takes it. But I would give it a good 30 minutes to 2 hours. That's including breaks and giving your dog some time to really absorb what he's learning. Alright, so before we start actually showing you how to train your dog, I thought it would be very important to show what you should be looking for in your dog's body language. We all know that dogs can't speak English, they can't tell us what's going on, how they're feeling, so it's very crucial to know what their body language means, because then you'll know when to stop the training, when to give them a break, or when you should just do it another day, make them a little bit more relaxed with the situation. So of course, if your dog is showing you their teeth, that means that they do not want to be touched, they don't want to be messed with or anything like that. So please stay away from your dog if they do that. That means you've crossed many lines for them to get to this point. Now, of course, if your dog has their mouth open, tongue's hanging out, they're panting, usually that means that they are happy. And they can be continued to be worked with for the training. If they are yawning, licking their lips or their nose, some people don't know this, that means they are uncomfortable, they could be scared, they don't want to be in this situation, so you should remove yourself from the dog, give them their space, and maybe try the training another day if they are doing that a lot while you're trying to train them. And then the overall body we want to look at is if they are hunching down, hunching their head down low, or doing that little paw raise. That means they are also uncomfortable and you should stop the training. But if they have a loose body, then you can clearly tell that they are happy and they're okay with what you're doing. When you look at the eyes, if the dog is showing the white part of their eye and they're looking away, that means that they are uncomfortable. It's what we call a whale eye. So you would want to stop the training at that point if they do it a lot. that means they're kind of like, I don't know what's going on, so I think I want you to stop. But of course, if they have happy, inviting eyes, then you're good to go. If you look at their tail, if their tail is tucked behind their legs, or if it's straight up, that means that they are uncomfortable. They are alert, something wrong is going on, and they don't want to be involved in what you're trying to do with them. So you would want to stop. But of course, if they have the wagging tail, loose tail, then you're good to go. Something to look for is sometimes when their tail is kind of straight out and kind of wagging. That means they're like, what's going on? I'm not sure if I like this, so that could also be a warning sign. And then down here, I don't know if you can see very well, but if you look at their ears, that is also a great sign to look at your dog. If their ears are straight up and perked and they're ready to learn, that means they're good to go, they're great. But if their ears are more like retracted back and you can't see them as well, that means they are nervous and they are uncomfortable, and you should not be training your dog if they are showing that sign. So I hope this helped. I know that was a very quick, brief overview, but it's always important to know your dog's body language when you're training them, because you don't want to push them too far. Training should always be positive and fun for you and your dog. Alrighty, so before we start our training, you're going to want to make sure you have all your materials. So those are your little fanny pack here where you can put your treats. It just makes it a lot more accessible so you don't have to reach for anywhere else. And then obviously your high value treats. So anything like chicken, hot dogs, cheese will work perfectly, just in tiny bits so that you're not feeding your dog too much, and you don't want to give them a tummy ache. You're going to want to have some kind of mat or carpet. This is a rug. And so that you can sit your dog on it so they know where to go. And then of course, we're gonna need your dog. And this precious boy is Bo, and he is super smart, and he's gonna be a great demonstrator today. He already does know how to sit, but he doesn't know down. So I will be still showing you how to train a dog to sit, but he's gonna know it right away, but I'm still gonna give you those tips. So with Bo not in the picture, you're going to take your hand like this with their treat, and then you're going to show your dog your treat, and you're going to slowly, from their nose to over their head, you're going to put it over, and then they're going to naturally want to lean back, and then they'll naturally sit. All right, so as you can see, I have Bo's mat ready for where he's going to sit. He's already waiting. He's such a good dog. So we're going to have him follow the treat and put it over his head and treat. You want to treat right away. And we're going to keep doing it. And if he's already, like he already has caught on, so I'm going to bring him out and follow. And put it over his nose, over his head, and he'll sit back. Good boy. It's very important to not force them to sit. I know some people that think it's a training method to do it is to push their butts down, which is not ideal, because then your dog isn't choosing their behavior and they feel like they're being forced to do it, and that can kind of cause not a very trusting relationship between your dog. So you always want to make sure they're doing the behavior naturally, which is why I have you put their nose up and tilt their head back so that they naturally know to sit. Sometimes people have issues with dogs jumping up, so it's always important to not push them down. You're just going to turn your back away from them, because then they realize, oh, you're not fun to play with, and then we redirect and try it again. I did also want to mention that maybe not all dogs are treat motivated. Like I have my high value treats for Bo, but some dogs may not want that. So maybe try the same exact technique, but with their favorite toy. And then when they do it correctly, give them their toy. When you teach your dog to lie down, you're first going to put your treat in your hand as a fist, and you're going to put it towards their nose. And I'm not showing Bo right now, he just likes to be in the camera. I'm just verbally saying it first, and then I'll show you. Oh, good boy. So first, they'll be in a sit like Bo is presenting, and then you're going to put the treat by their nose, show it to them, and slowly bring it down. And every time that they move down closer to the ground, give them a treat, because then they will know that, oh, the closer I get to the ground, I'm going to get a treat. And then they'll eventually learn that they get treated once they get to the ground. All right, Bo, so he's already in a sit. So you're going to give your hand to him and get lower. Good boy. See how he got lower? So I'm going to give him a treat. Give him a treat. And he's still low, so we're still going to try it. And if they come out of their sit, then you're going to want to redirect. Bo, sit. Sit. And treat. So this is, oh, good boy. What he first was doing is an example of while you want to just wait, their brain is turning, they're like, oh, maybe if I lay down, then I'll get a treat. So that's what I was doing there. I was just waiting for him. Good boy, Bo. So lastly, in this training, we're going to be putting the words with the behavior. All right, come here. We're going to go around. Sit. Good boy. And now we're going to go with the down. Down. Oh, good boy. And as you can see, I just taught Bo this. So if he doesn't do it right away, then that's perfectly fine. But as long as you eventually keep saying down as you're doing the behavior, then he'll match the term to the behavior. Thank you guys so much for watching my dog training video. I hope it was beneficial to you in training your dog. I wanted to point out that dog training is not a step-by-step process. Every dog is different and every dog learns differently. So it's very important to meet your dog's specific needs in this training and to not get discouraged, and you and your dog can work it out together, and at the end of it you and your dog will have a much better relationship. Dogs are such dynamic creatures with so much potential inside of them, so that's why it is so important to train your dog, really tap into how smart they are. They think it's so much fun, it's great enrichment for them, but always remember to keep the training fun, light, full of treats, high value treats. And if you have troubles along the way, that is okay. There's always going to be bumps in the road. It's not a straight line. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.